Hey guys, welcome back to AFK Journey. In today's video, we have Bonnie. Now we're going to take a look at her skills and stuff like that. And I've also found a way to get the skill descriptions, at least the brief ones. So we're going to know exactly what she does. Now, as always with this stuff, first disclaimer is I am doing this on the test server, which is ahead in the story. And I'm seeing these characters in story battles. So if you don't want to see anything else, I'm not really going to go into the story. It's just going to be one battle you'll see, and you'll see the overworld. So that's all you'll pretty much see. I'm not going to spoil any story or anything like that. The other thing is these are not confirmed characters. These are characters that are in the story, but because of the amount of info they've given about these characters inside the game, I am assuming that these will be characters. Like she will be a character that comes to the game, and Hodgkin. That is my assumption that I am running off. So once again, take it with a little grain of salt. But let's take a look at Bonnie and her skills, and then we'll take a look at her in combat. So this is Bonnie. You can see she is actually going to be an A level. I thought she'd be an S, but she is an A level Graveborn marksman, magic damage dealing with a massive range of 7. So let's take a look at her skills. Now, if we go over here, once again, like Hodgkin, we have these skills blacked out. But when I clicked over to the light version, we have the light version descriptions in Chinese. So that means with a little bit of help from my good friend Google Translate, I was able to translate these bad boys. So let me give you the descriptions and what these are. So I'm just going to quickly bounce over and get it. Yeah, there we go. I had to do that for a sec. I had to find where I saved them. All right, so Deathmark Arrow deals damage to all enemies, deals increased damage to aged enemies, and stuns them. So the age thing will come in with the rest of her kit, but obviously we've got a 10 tile range, so this is basically full field hit. No initial energy and no cooldown. Next ability is Decay's Reach. Now let me see if I can find this one, because I can't find it unfortunately. I'm just going through my notes. Decay's Reach, here we go. So once again we have a 10 tile range. The enemy at the back will become aging, reducing its haste. When the aging enemy is hit by other magic damage, the effects of aging will be enhanced. Now, I'm not sure whether that's other magic damage from other allies or whether it's her as well. So I guess magic teams are going to be huge for hitting the back enemy. To really just snowball that type of damage. We'll have to wait and see. But yes, it's an aging. It sounds like a debuff, which is a haste debuff, which then obviously you want to stack it up to a maximum aging effect when we look at the rest of her abilities, but that is that one. So Decay's Reach, it's targeting the enemy at the back, and it sounds to me like this is just like a passive that always happens. Like it's just like that they just get aging. She's like sapping the life. I don't know. Let's go to the next one here. Which is Nightfall Shift. This says transforms into black mist and move to a safe location. To me, that's a 15-second cooldown with an initial cooldown of 3 seconds. I believe this is going to be like a cheat death for her. So like she can avoid and cheat death. Let's see, you can see the animation there. So it seems like if she does get targeted, she will use that and get away. Let's look at these animations again. So that one's there, just putting the curse on, and that's her ultimate. I hadn't looked at them yet. I've been too busy reading. But that is Nightfall Shift. So it seems like a cheat death. We'll have to wait and see. Now, Hero Focus just says increase attack. The next one is her exclusive equipment. It says the Blight Surge. When aging reaches its strongest, or an aging enemy is defeated, aging will be transmitted to other enemies. So based on this, along with this one, which basically states that when the aging enemy is hit by other magic damage, the effects of aging will be enhanced. So you want to be, it's like based on this, and once again we don't have detailed descriptions, but it sounds like you're going to want to be spamming as much magic damage, like quickfire magic damage attacks, to basically spread this aging. And if her aging can spread to everyone on the enemy team, then every time she ults, she's going to be stunning the whole enemy team. That's kind of what I'm reading into it. We'll have to wait and see. But that is that one. And then the final one is Enhanced Force. Aging increases the magic damage taken by the strongest enemies. Once again, I'm not too sure exactly how this translation works, but you're going to increase damage taken by enemies with the aging. Maybe this could be viable in bossing even, if the aging has any other sort of decay effects. We'll have to wait and see. The only one that lists is haste, but once again, often these things do miss out on a bunch, but we'll have to wait and see. But let's bounce over and let's take a look at her in combat. So like I said, that is where we were with her. There she is, and let's just jump into this battle and take a look. I haven't actually looked at it yet. I didn't want to mess it up. So once again, we're just going to do it like this with no artifacts, just Brutus in there. We'll see how we go. Let's take a look. So there's the decay. You can see Brutus decaying. He's got the haste debuff on him. Okay, we're spinning. Okay, I don't know. Okay, it must not be a cheat death because she used her thing to move away. She used her thing to move away. You can see her using it there. So maybe it's when someone's within range of her or something like that. Maybe he's got that. And there's her ult. The ult didn't look too crazy. Let's see if she'll do the ult again. Okay, here comes the ult. Okay. I mean, the ult, I guess the ult looks lackluster because we only had one unit. What I want to do is let's just do this. And let's take a look at the ult this time. So now Smokey's debuffed. Doesn't look like he's taking any damage, so it looks like just a haste debuff. Let's see. So here's our ult. Okay, and cause Smokey's aging, we get the stun effect. Last time I didn't even see that. You know what? We can probably put it on ×1 speed and see how long it is, but... honestly, that feels like a 6-second stun or something like that. Because we're on 2x speed, and it felt like at least 3 or 4 seconds. Let's just watch it again. Yeah, I'm gonna say 6-second stun. It's honestly a decent stun duration. Okay, when she uses her dash thing, she also does a triple, like, a triple shot on it. So when she uses her, like, what I was referring to as a cheat death type thing, she does, like, a triple shot as well. So that is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I love her design, but once again, I got this thing where it's like, she's an A level. Do I really want to pull for an A level? That is my problem. That is the dilemma I am in at the moment. But I'll have to make that decision. But like I said, I think actually let's do we see it spread to Brutus? That's what I want to check actually, because I didn't pay attention. How can I do this? How can I do this to try and see the spread? You know what I can do? I can do this. So Brutus should get the decay, and then she'll be hitting him with magic damage. Yeah, Brutus has got it. So she's hitting him with magic damage. I want to see if Smokey gets it, because it says when it hits max, it spreads. Or maybe that was part of her exclusive equipment. That might have been part of her exclusive equipment, so it might not apply in this. But I'm curious on the spread range, whether it just like instantly spreads to like the nearest enemy or how that actually works. But yeah, pretty basic kit, which seems fairly reliant on team synergy. But once again, we do have to wait and see more about her kit to see what she's got. But I mean, I think she's a cool design. I'm so torn because I really want Sonya. I really want her, and I really want Hodgkin, and I know I'm not going to get them all. And I'm just like, this is an absolute killer. So I think what I'm going to do, and I also do think Sinbad will be nice for a free-to-play account, but I think what I'm going to have to do is just pick up the next S-level one, whether it's Sonya or Hodgkin. Pick one of those two up. And then see if I can get enough to get her as an A-level, and then just do the swap on Sonya or Hodgkin if one of them becomes more meta. If the second one becomes more meta. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. But that is a look at it, guys. Like I said, it's pretty cool that we do get this little overview button that lets us kind of get a sneak peek at the character before we actually get them in the game as playable characters. But that is Bonnie. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.